Well, hello, I'm back with another video. This time I tackled the DRA-C, I mean, if I'm pronouncing that right, unicorn version. I built this for an Instagram group build event, and while I normally don't build HD kits, not because I don't like them, I just prefer the 1/100 scale, I really enjoyed this build. So let's talk about what's inside here. It's a wild-looking mobile suit. It doesn't have any legs, which I guess makes sense since it's a space mobile suit, but pretty standard runners, and it comes with standard DRA-C manual. I'm guessing this is just because the only real difference between the unicorn version and the standard 0083 version is the color and one of the arms. The 0083 version has like a small beam cannon arm, and the unicorn version has a Vulcan cannon arm. They do, however, include like this little insert that shows how to build the unicorn version specific parts. Look at that, super handy. All right, let's build this thing. Oh, and before I forget, don't come at me about my generic nippers. These things have got me through most of my builds. That being said, now I have a set of Steady Precision nippers, which is not the actual product model name, but Steady makes them, and well, they are game changers. Shaving nub marks with my X-Acto knife is something that I rarely do now because of the new nippers. So it's crazy how clean the cuts are when you use those things. The suit has like some wild features, like these shoulder thrusters. According to the lore, these suits were built by the Xeon remnants in 0083, and they were cheaply made because of resource shortages caused by the 1-year war. They got some repurposed parts from a Zaku 2, some engines from a space fighter, and just a truly unique mobile suit all around. Ah, yes, so the paint stuff. Yeah, I used the Nazca, because like a bluish purple kind of thing, and thinned it out with that T07 Gaia Notes thinner that you saw a few seconds ago. Lacquers, I usually like to reduce my compressor pressure down to like 15 to 17 psi since I thin them out so much. For the main color, I went with this Gaia Notes fluorescent pink. It's sort of transparent, but it looks amazing over white primer. Super vibrant in person, and if I'm not mistaken, UV reactive. Maybe I'll get a little blacklight one of these days to test it out. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, what you're about to see now is a result of poor planning. So those shoulder thrusters should be a different color than the shoulder itself, so I had to mask the entire shoulder and paint the thruster nozzle things. I was furious with myself when I was doing this, but it turned out okay. Just taking my time doing these precision cuts, exposing that thruster so I can get in there and do some paint. All right, nice. Painting the inside of that stuff, I went back to that bluish purple Gaia Notes. For the inside, it's these thruster nozzles, and I'm not mad at how this turned out, even if it felt like I was using all of my masking tape to achieve it. Sometimes you make mistakes and you learn from those mistakes. That's what the hobby is all about, learning from mistakes. All right, more pink. I really love this color. I got to figure out some more uses for it. I'm thinking, kind of been toying around with the idea of doing like a cyberpunk themed crew, I guess you want to call it, like a bunch of maybe 3 or 4 mobile suits that have like that same kind of like synth wavy cyberpunk kind of vibe to them. I got the idea from I wish I could remember the name of this person's Instagram account, but I saw someone on Instagram paint a mobile suit like that. I don't want to completely rip them off, but maybe just sort of rip off their paint job idea. But anyway, it would give me a good excuse to use this pink, so I got a bunch of it. Right, now I'm going to do a little paint chipping, kind of like weathering / battle damage. I think this part of the process is the most fun for me. I don't like to go too overboard with the damage, but sometimes it's fun to really make these things look like they've kind of been through some shit. Especially like during this these DRA-C mobile suits during the Unicorn era. I mean, they were just getting lit up. And there's like a scene in Unicorn where these things are just getting shredded to bits. Gosh, and Stardust memory too. I mean, they're kind of like not put together with much. I don't know, maybe super glue or something. These things, they just like look at another mobile suit and they get fried. I think you see like a GM fire a beam cannon just in its general vicinity, and the thing just falls apart. But they look cool. And then for this part here, I usually just like to kind of make some marks in this thing, mark it up, you know. I don't really have any particular shapes in mind, just kind of go crazy, kind of freeform, and just imagine that this thing got beat up, maybe got hit by a rock, or maybe a piece of a colony or something. I don't know. All right, yeah, so that masking wasn't perfect, but you can always turn a mistake into a little weathering or damage. So just doing a little paint chipping here. I really wanted to make this suit like I guess something was built on a shoestring budget, completely overused, like I was saying before. So I just added like a few more of these chipping bits on the thrusters. Just kind of have a little more wear and tear, and then we're about done with the painting part. I'm gonna add, I think there's another part here. I'm gonna add some more chipping to some of the plague pieces. Yeah, a little more. You never really go. Yeah, maybe you can go overboard. I didn't want to go overboard on this, so I kind of tried to exercise a little bit of restraint. But yeah, sometimes you get in there and you start hand painting these things and adding little bits and pieces here and there, and then next thing you know, you can find yourself with a completely overworked piece. But hopefully that didn't. I don't think that happened in this case. All right, doing a little chipping here on the Vulcan hand cannon, arm cannon. This little weapon here is pretty cool. It's I don't know if anyone has ever seen like Predator with Jesse the Body Ventura. He's got a pretty solid gun. Whenever I see one of these Vulcan cannons, that's what I always think about that. It kind of gets me a little stoked. Right, there you go. I'm also gonna kind of dull this out a little bit with some of the Tommy weathering kits here, but you'll see that at the very end. Now I'm gonna go in here and do a little more hand painting, do a little more chipping on this thing here. Whenever I'm doing tiny little bits like this, I like to use this technique where I kind of use one hand to hold the brush and then the other hand to kind of guide it. I saw a sign painter using this technique and just getting some insanely clean results. So I was like, oh, let me give that a shot. I might not be doing it right. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not doing it right, but I'm just kind of trying to copy what I saw this person doing with this sign painting, getting these awesome results. And for me, this has kind of helped out. If I make trying to get in these tiny little spots, using the little support of my other hand helps out. All right, we're just about done. So now enjoy some shots of the finished product, the high grade DRA-C. Got some nice still photos, and I'm doing a little Ken Burns effect here. Pretty cool. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you with the next one. I'll probably build something again. Yeah, who knows.